Yeah, so like Abu said, I'm Radha Sandhir, and today I'm going to share with you IBM Quantum's foray into game-based learning through our Quantum Explorers program. Oops, I think that disappeared. There we go. But before I dive into what Quantum Explorers is, or even what game-based learning is, let me tell you a story. So when I was in elementary school, my class played a game called the Oregon Trail. In this game, you play a family that traverses an emigrant trail across the United States based on a real migration event from the east to the west that occurred in the mid-19th century. The goal is to overcome obstacles and make tough decisions to keep as many members of your family alive by the time you reach your destination. It was interesting and engaging, historically authentic, and educational. In order to learn about this historical occurrence, we could have easily spent a single class with a textbook. But this creative, immersive approach to learning history sparked a level of interest in me that somehow has me remembering the Oregon Trail decades later, even though I've forgotten most of the history I learned during my school years. So given this, I want you to take a moment to think about any entertainment you've consumed that's taught you something, a random science fact or historical tidbit or general knowledge, maybe about a recipe, something that has stuck with you over the years, something you first learned in a game or a TV show, musical, film, book. The entire story doesn't have to be 100% authentic, but perhaps that little piece of knowledge you've retained is accurate. As you mull over these recollections, you may begin to surmise that there are benefits to creative game-based approaches to education, and you'd be correct. So this is where we come to game-based learning. Game-based learning is essentially the adoption of game elements to non-game environments, such as the classroom or a workspace. So some of these elements may include a creative themed narrative, incentives like levels to pass or achievements to unlock, guidance to help players navigate a game, and so on. There's a lot of ongoing research into game-based approaches to education, especially in the realm of STEM learning. Sorry, this Zoom has, okay. Yes. So there is a lot of ongoing research going on. There are promising results, such as a case study as recent as 2022 with high schoolers and their computational thinking practices, or all the way back in 2009 with mechanical engineering undergraduates. So among the literature out there, the general consensus seems to be that benefits of game-based learning may include boosting learner engagement, motivation, and interest, sparking a sense of accomplishment, improvement in information processing and retention, encouragement of healthy competition and collaboration, catering to a variety of learner types and preferences, so it could be good for lower attention span. Naturally, given the promise of game-based learning, especially in the realm of science education, we wanted to apply this to learning quantum computing, and that's where Quantum Explorers comes in. So what is Quantum Explorers? Quantum Explorers is a self-paced, cohort-based, beginner-friendly educational program offered by IBM Quantum that uses gamification to drive learning paths. The two pillars of the program are self-paced learning and community, wrapped up in a narrative theme of space exploration. The program bridges the gap between self-paced, isolated study, like following a textbook, and time-sensitive, intensive events like a one-week challenge or a hackathon spanning over many months. The pilot program was comprised of about 34 to 70 learning hours spread from August to February. And Quantum Explorers is ideal for learners who perform better with community support and accountability, don't have the time or bandwidth for intensive or time-sensitive events, and those who learn better with game-based approaches, storytelling, and incentivized learning. So in this program, participants work towards unlocking space exploration themed achievements by tackling quantum labs, completing assessments, participating in community events, and more. So the achievements come in the form of these badges shown here, each with a themed story behind it, pertaining to things like navigating asteroid fields or winning a space battle or first contact and other space exploration themed stories. These badges are analogous to Girl Scout badges, where the scouts complete certain tasks and then they gain a badge to pin to their vests. In the pilot program, there were 6 badges in all. For each new cohort, we'll be introducing a new badge that will be revealed during the program launch. So there are 2 types of badges, learning and community. So the learning badges are associated with learning modules, covering quantum computing and some of its applications, and are comprised of curated beginner to intermediate syllabi, labs, and quiz assessments. So in the pilot version, there were 3 badges. So there was captain associated with quantum computing and Qiskit 101, space combatant with quantum machine learning, expert navigator with quantum optimization, and there will be a new learning badge for the 2023 cohort. This is a glimpse of the workbook from the previous cohort, and for the next cohort, this will look a little different. The community badges encourage people to be active and participate in community events with the aim to foster organic collaborations and network and put their skills to use beyond the learning module syllabi. So there are 3 of them. So there's one for the IBM Quantum Fall Challenge, one to attend one of our Quantum Women Invited talks, and one to reach a certain activity level in Discord and participate in fun events that we collaborate with, like the Global Quantum Game Jam. So last year in September, some explorers got together and made quantum games for the very first time for the Quantum Game Jam. And this year we'll be collaborating with them again. So explorers can choose which badges they want to work towards, essentially crafting their own learning paths to gain proficiency in quantum computing fundamentals according to their personal goals, whether they want to train for a programming cup or join the workforce, or simply learn what quantum computing is as an enthusiast. So the program culminates in an official digital credential dependent on how many achievements the explorer has managed to unlock. Thus, a quantum explorer's learning path can serve as a solid foundational step on a larger personal journey to workforce readiness. So one aspect of a game-based approach is the immersion into a theme by having learners engage with a narrative or a storyline. We've injected elements of a narrative theme where we can, and also encourage them with calls to action to invent their own where possible. So our program essentially takes learners on an interstellar journey. An explorer is appointed captain of Earth's first faster-than-light starship, leading humanity into an era of space exploration. And we found in the pilot cohort, explorers wholeheartedly embrace the space exploration theme, regardless of age or background. So high schoolers, academics, and professionals alike engaged with the narrative. They named their starships, and this word cloud here displays the imaginative names they came up with. They invented space battle tactics and discussed space news, all adding to the themed experience of space exploration. But just to note, engagement with the storyline is not mandatory. The level of themed engagement is entirely up to the explorer. They can easily steer clear from those themed community areas if they say just want to focus on the study materials. So I want to share some of the relevant stats from the pilot program. Quantum Explorers is different from our other educational offerings like challenges and summer schools and hackathons because of this game-based approach, and thus has the potential to attract audiences beyond the usual ones our events attract. So indeed, 68% of our approximately 3,000 registrants from over 100 different countries claimed they participated in a Qiskit event for the very first time. We conducted a post-event survey to gauge how explorers found the various facets of the program. And I want to bring your attention to the questions and answers related to the game-based approach. So for the question, how much did the space-themed storyline and gamified approach help you stay engaged or motivate you while learning quantum computing and Qiskit, where 1 is didn't pay attention and then 10 is totally kept me going? 78% of those who filled the survey answered with 6 or higher. For the question, how much did the Quantum Explorers approach to learning make a difference in how easily you processed information during your learning journey? 1 being made absolutely no difference, and 10 being helped me process information and reduce cognitive load very much. 70% answered with 6 or higher. And then what were your favorite parts of Quantum Explorers? 70% selected at least the space exploration theme or the collection of badge achievements as their favorite parts of the program. So thus inspired by the results and feedback, we've revamped the program and we'll be launching the next cohort in 2023. So this cohort will have a new and improved features such as a portal where learners can track their individual progress. Earlier, the program largely consisted of a collection of workbooks on the Discord server. So here's a glimpse. Though the name of the new learning badge is hidden, it will be revealed at launch. Our IBM Quantum Challenge veterans may recognize this format, though there will be some difference due to this game-based approach. We've set up a program skeleton that improves on the pilot program's design, but given the game-based nature of this program, there's always room to improve and grow. So we hope to add new features and content every year, targeting the launch of each new cohort in order to improve the overall experience of our explorers. So I invite everyone tuning in here to join us on this interstellar journey, and do invite your friends and family and colleagues who may be curious about quantum computing or who would want to explore some of its applications or maybe even learn Qiskit. And I would like to use this opportunity to officially announce the dates of the next cohort, which haven't yet been shared with the world. Okay, so registration begins on June 13th and launch is on July 6th. I hope you and your friends can join us. Thank you, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, very nice. I think, may I ask about the hint about the new batch? Probably you will say something, or they should wait?
They should wait. There's no
Okay.
hint.
Okay, but good, it creates some curiosity. And David say, maybe quantum hardware learning can be enhanced, a great pilot program, anything new for returnees from the pilot part?
What was the last bit? Wait, I'll pull up the chat.
Anything new for returnees from pilot cohort?
Yes,
I
so
think they want to continue, yeah.
we have a new learning badge, and we also have a new portal where you'll be able to track your progress. And the Discord server is being revamped. And we also have official digital credentials that will be issued to the explorers this year. The previous cohort got certificates, but this year we will be issuing IBM digital credentials via Credly. So yes, there are a lot of new things for our pilot explorers. So please return.
Okay, last question for Zoom. Zeki say, congratulations. Have you created something like a concept inventory beforehand to decide the content?
A concept inventory. I am not familiar with that concept actually, but we do have a group of people who work on, who brainstorm and work on the content, and we pick the topics for each of the learning badges together, and we sit and curate the syllabi. So it is a big team effort.